that it's already...
Alright, well, do what you gotta do here.
Sorry, guys. Hello! Oh.
Start it over.
Hello, citizens of YouTube land. No, we're keeping it. Sorry about that. Hello! Hello, citizens of YouTube land. Sorry about the slight interruptions. Today, we're doing the next episode of Walker. Here's our president.
Yeah.
Also, quick update on some stuff that has happened. Was it a couple of weeks ago?
Mm-hmm.
A couple of weeks ago, my dad here got into an accident. He's fine. Other than that day, he had a concussion and a shoulder injury. But he's fine now. He recovered just fine, as you can see.
Yeah, guys. Quick
he
note.
completely totaled the Cadillac.
The Cadillac is done, unfortunately. We had to put a new brain in it, and as I was dropping him off one day, the brain was not communicating again with the traction control system, and I was coming down a hill and didn't have no traction, and lost control of the vehicle and slammed slammed into the side of a bridge. So
on Bee Creek, the Bee Creek Bridge. If you live in Branson, you know where Bee Creek Bridge is, and so you know exactly what he's talking about.
I hit it pretty hard, and it unbuckled my seatbelt in the process, and I must have hit a bump, and it jolted me, and I hit the top of my head on the car, and as I was coming back down, I hit my right shoulder as well. But, good news, we didn't go without a vehicle for very long. We've got us a new car. It's a 2010 Chrysler 300.
Yep.
Look for a video on it in the near future, guys. So,
after it stops raining.
Yeah, we'll be doing that. But
Screw you, rain.
On to the next, on to what we're all here for, and that is Walker.
It's episode 12, A Tale of Two Families.
This is an episode where it shows that there's a bit of a parallel between what had led up to the rodeo cowboys becoming bank robbers, and the fact that it was supposed to be their last bank job, the one that they had gotten Walker involved with, and Walker's best friend, Hoyt, is back.
Yep.
And he's released from prison, and Jerry and Walker are dealing with the ramifications of the kiss that they had a month prior.
But that's not what this episode's about. That was last episode.
Yeah.
So, this episode is about how the two families of Clint West and Walker's family are kind of parallel. Because Walker, well, he lost Emily, and then he went into a 10-month-long undercover job with the Rodeo Cowboys. And, well, Walker, he had warned Liam, didn't he not?
Mm-hmm.
He warned Liam, saying, hey, they're planning on going down guns a-blazing, you need to take them down now.
Yeah, but if I remember correctly, Liam wanted to push forward so that they could nail them.
Yeah.
And so it led to bloodshed, and this episode... Oh, don't pay no attention to that. And I do apologize, guys, if the camera's shaking a little bit. We've got our fan in our window, so it's kind of blowing it around. But anyways, yeah, this episode's really showing how the past has come back to haunt them, and how, in both cases, you know, it kind of shows how Clint became who he became, and also where Walker and them ended up at. And at the very end, you know, it ends again with the standoff that we had previously, and it's with Liam taking a bullet.
Yeah, Liam took a bullet, and then he's like, Walker, don't.
Yeah, so we've basically got this very tense standoff, and this whole thing is also, once again, kind of because of Stella.
Yeah. Because Stella, in this episode, I showed that Stella because their dad wasn't getting enough sleep, and they were afraid that he was going to fall asleep behind the wheel. So Stella drives the truck into a horse post, and then his family thinks, his mom and dad thought that he fell asleep behind the wheel, when it was really Stella's fault, and Walker was just, taking a nap in the back seat. They don't know that. And they even convinced Walker that he fell asleep behind the wheel, because he was in a groggy state when it all happened. And then that leads into an intervention where then Walker says, I can't put you guys at risk anymore. He goes under a 10-month-long undercover job with the Rodeo Cowboys, which then leads into bloodshed, which then leads to the death of Crystal, which then leads to Clint getting revenge on Duke, which then leads to him in that standoff, all because of Stella.
Yep.
Stella, you are a stupid little girl.
Stella, we like you, girl, but you gotta shape up. I know I'm kind of talking to a character here now, but from a viewer perspective, you're doing nothing but causing your daddy problems.
First, you hook up with the kid of Clint West, who was the ringleader of the Rodeo Cowboys, and then you basically break up with him by accident, and then you run off with him. His dad finds him, and then you basically, because Trevor had been at your house because of you basically lead Clint to the house, where then you cause your uncle to get shot, and you get your dad into a tense standoff. All because of Stella.
Yep.
Can you see why we don't really like her that much? I mean, we like her, but we don't like her.
She's got some growing up to do, guys. And, Augie's not necessarily the greatest character in the world.
But he's better than Stella. He did get their uncle shot or get their dad into a tense standoff.
No. But as far as this episode goes, it's pretty good. If you haven't checked it out yet, you can find it on the CW app. Anytime it streams after the episode is on. So, that's about it for this one, though, guys. I give this one a solid 4 1/4 out of 5. What say you, VP?
I give it a 4 1/4 out of 5 as well.
All right.
I'm gonna let that ring. I have to be here for the outro.
Okay. But of course,
make it quick.
If you have seen this episode and you feel that it's the worst of the series, and that this series is the worst on television, well, that's just
you're wrong.
And you're wrong. But hey,
all right, that finished the outro.
Just remember,
I want to take this.
We're
sorry,
just
guys.
Two idiots with a cell phone camera. Our opinions do not matter, except they actually do, because we have a YouTube show, except they actually don't. So, guys, having said all that, we'll see you guys next time, where we'll be getting into, as we said, House of Wax and the other things. And so we'll see you guys next time. And as always, there ain't nothing else to do but peace and love from Denny and Son. So we'll see you guys next time. Bye.